Hello and welcome to Let's Review as we continue Winter Wolves Month. Where in the hell does that keep coming from? Oh well, Bionic Heart. Let's just jump right in with the gameplay, shall we? The gameplay of Bionic Heart comes from the choices you make and how they affect the story, and as such, it's not really worth me showing you the usual gameplay demo here. All I'll say about it is that it's fine. It serves its function and it gets the job done. And to be honest, since the game has a potential 24 different endings, it doesn't lack for variety. But honestly, the entire meat of this game is in the story. The story of Bionic Heart takes place in London in the year 2099, a time during which the world has been covered by a near constant amount of rain, real food has become a hideously expensive luxury, and robotics have become commonplace. Into the life of a software engineer named Luke Black steps Tanya, a mysterious new robot with the appearance of a human woman. You seem exceedingly excited about all of this. Well, yeah, it's a cyberpunk dystopian future. What's not to love? I trust I can rely on you to maintain your usual level of professionalism. Well, if by that you mean no professionalism at all, then yes, you can. Just get on with it. Okay. Depending on your choices, the story can change dramatically. In some of the endings, you end up living happily ever after. In others, you can end up dead. In still others, you can end up kidnapped or running away. There's an impressive amount of variety here, and depending on your choices, the story will change dramatically. And I really appreciate that, as it makes later playthroughs actually worth doing. The only thing I should really call out on the negative side is that there are times when you can tell that the writer is not a native English speaker. It's never really a major problem, but there are occasions when you have to pause for a moment to realise what had just been said. Not unlike you, then. You are being a lot grouchier than usual. Are you okay? Later. Just get on with the review. Alright. Overall, I like Bionic Heart's story. It probably helps that I'm a fan of the cyberpunk genre, but I don't think you need to be to really appreciate it. After all, it's got a decent amount of relationship drama, mystery, and even a bit of horror thrown in there. Overall, it's not the greatest work of fiction I've ever encountered, but it works for what it wants to be, and that's the most important thing. Once again, I feel the need to compliment the artist for this game. Every character looks fantastic, they're all very nicely drawn, and they all have a unique style that really helps to identify them. Unfortunately, I also feel that I have to call out this game on some of its slightly shameless fan service, starting with this slightly impractical dress. I know, it's not too bad, but then you see this thing which gets called a dress, but, well, have a look. Yeah, that's at best a swimsuit. But if you thought that was bad, okay, just look at this. Here's the thing. There's a scripted and logical reason for each of those. However, it still feels a little shameless, especially given that even though Tanya is the most capable person in the plot by a very long way, the game sexualizes her to a slightly uncomfortable degree. As it stands, the rest of Bionic Heart is good enough that I'm willing to give it a pass, but you should be aware of it if it's something that makes you particularly uncomfortable. This is the only Winter Wolves game I've played that's fully voice acted, and I'll be honest, you can kind of tell why. It's not that any of the voice actors are particularly bad, but you can tell that they were all just recording their lines on their own microphones and then sending them in. As such, there's a lot of varying quality, even though most of the voice actors are, at the very least, competent and in most cases pretty good. Ultimately, the voice acting is far from this game's strongest aspect, but it gets the job done. As for the music, it's pretty good on the whole. I've got no real complaints about it, and I'll admit to having a particular fondness for the overly jaunty tune that plays during the park scenes. So, did I enjoy Bionic Heart? Yes, I did. Should you buy it? Honestly, yes, I think you should. Here's the thing. There's enough replayability here to justify the £7 price point, and while it's certainly not Winterwolves' best game, it's very enjoyable and it's probably worth a go. Particularly if you're a fan of Cyberpunk or you're just generally looking for something you can play again and again. Next week, I turn into an elf, a girl, and a demon as I examine Spirited Heart. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go figure out what's up with my mysterious friend over there. I'll see you later.
Black spires in the city sky, they shimmer and shine tonight. Act-wise and electric eyes in a billion fashions.
So what's up with you then? What is my name? Yeah, I have no idea. Exactly. I have been here for over a month, and yet you have not even had the common decency to ask me my name. Okay, sorry. I'm an idiot. But given that you broke in here during the middle of a review, I was a little bit surprised. And as for after that, well, you've been so vague, I didn't think you'd even want to tell me. There is little point to having a name if others do not use it. Is that not so, Richard? Okay, you make a good point. All right then. Who are you? Martin. My name is Martin. Then I'm pleased to meet you, Martin.